ready for your headliner? Hell yeah! Originally from Canada, he's now from Chicago, graduate of Second City. Give it up for Mr. Derick!
Oh, thank you very much. Keep it going for Molly and Charlie. They were great. And thank you, all of you, for coming out this evening and spending your money like high rollers. I appreciate it. I really do. It's tough out there for some people, you know. So I appreciate it. Oh, it just feels like life got so expensive suddenly, didn't it? Anyone else? Just me? Oh, my God. The worst thing is I'm not a handyman. Don't let the beard fool you. If something breaks in my house, I can paint it. That's what I can do. I'm so bad I can't even explain to a contractor what the problem is when they show up. Anyone else like that? I'm like a 5-year-old. I'm like, come. Dad. Oh, the house has a boo-boo. I had a plumber in my house the other day, a real man. His name tag said man. It did. And he looked at me like I was a real man, and he said, "Sir, I need you to show me where the main shutoff valve is." I just live here. You're looking for the guy who built this place. Main shutoff valve, let's go for a walk. You tell me if I'm hot or cold. Let's go into the basement. That sounds basement-y. I actually just joined a dating website, which I know is stupid when you're married. It was the marketing, that's what got me. No, actually, I'm not married. I was married, but now I'm not. You know how that goes sometimes. So I had to. I started dating again recently, and it's kind of hard because I was married for 15 years, and so things have changed a bit. I don't believe we had dating websites back 15, 20 years ago. We did things differently, right, man? We wrote letters, sealed them with candle wax. Handed them to some fine gentleman who's off to the town where our true love resided. And if we're lucky, a month later, our cousin opened our letter. I don't know if I should tell you this. I found an expired condom just to let you know how my dating life has been going. Yeah, no way to put a positive spin on that one. Oh, I've grown so much during this period of celibacy. No, not 1 inch. The worst part about it, it was a Trojan. So it felt like I was holding a dead warrior. A symbol of strength, masculinity, virility, wanting nothing else in this world save for the opportunity to protect me in battle. And I let him die. He suffocated in that package because of me. If only I'd known some of those Trojans were going to die when I bought them, I might have made a speech. Well, men, you're all worthy soldiers, capable of defending your king of this, I have no doubt. However, you have been born in a time of great peace. Those of you who are lucky enough to find battle, don't expect a long one. I think sex is easier for women than it is for men. No? You don't agree? Here's why I say this, because I think we're easier to please. I really do. I think if you understand friction, you understand us. Right? There you go, you did it. Wonderful job. Ladies, though, you're a little more complicated. There's a few other steps that have to happen, and you're all different. It's just crazy. Like, if this wall were a woman, it'd be filled with dials and gauges and printouts and hieroglyphics and barometers and thermometers, and you have to read that wall perfectly and push all those buttons at the right order. Because if you don't, that wall shuts down. And then you have to reboot the wall. Have you ever had to reboot the wall, guys? 2-day process. That's a 2-day reboot. Now, if this wall were a man, just a switch, on, off. That's it. Ladies, you walk into the room, flick. Oh, I didn't touch that. I don't know what happened. I didn't touch that. It's motion censored. That's what happened. It senses you're in the room. It senses your presence, ladies. So, now, do you agree? No? Okay. Anyway, I'm just trying to, I'm entering a new phase of my life, obviously. I'm trying to improve things. I just joined a gym. I recently had my first day. Did not go well. Here's what's happened. I was getting ready to do some lifting at the bench press, and I was about to start my workout when I heard, "Yo, bro, can you come spot me? Yo, bro." So I turned to my right, and there, standing in front of me, is one of the largest men I've ever seen. Just a bull of a man. Muscles coming out of muscles. You've seen this guy at the gym, never leaves. Knows everybody's name, every day he's doing a different exercise you've never seen before. And by the way, for those of you who don't know what a spot is, that's when you're lifting a very heavy weight that you feel you might need some help with. So you want someone there in case you start to struggle and have difficulty with it, so to avoid injury or perhaps even death, right? Now, why not just lift a weight you're comfortable with? Good question. That is a very, very good question. You should ask that question. So he says, "Yo, bro, can you come spot me?" So I look at the bar with all the weight he has on it, and how to describe the amount of weight. It was an obscene amount of weight. That's what it was. There was more weight on one side of the bar than I would ever think to put on the entire bar times 10. Like just, so I'm looking at that and I'm thinking there's no way I can spot that. There's absolutely no way. If his shoulders blow out, I'm going down with that bar. I'm not even slowing down the rate of acceleration. That thing is coming down like a guillotine, you know. I can spot his time of death. I can do that. Yeah, it took his head off at 3:15. I saw it. I spotted it. Can I get a towel? I think I'm going to need a towel. So I figure, all right, I don't know how to say no to this guy. So I get behind the bar, and then he says, "Yo, bro, I'm going to shoot for 6." And now I'm even more scared and concerned because he's not doing 6; he's shooting for 6. Right? We all know what happens when people shoot for things. It's 50-50 at best, right? Go to a graveyard. Half the people in there took a shot at something. That's why they're there. So I go to grab the bar with him as he lifts it off, and right away I'm doing it wrong. And you're not supposed to do that. He's like, "No assist, bro. No assist." And I'm like, all right. I just want to be holding this thing when the aneurysm hit. That's all, you know. I didn't want to have to snatch this thing in midair, you know. So I turn to my left and I see other people spotting. And this is what they're doing. They're holding their hand underneath the bar a couple of inches, like a karate chop. And they're following it down and they're saying things like, "All you, bro. All you, bro." Okay, first of all, if his arms snap in mid-rep, this is all that's going to do. That's all that's going to happen. All right? That's just going to be a collapsible gate. I'm just, you know, that's just going to be me standing there pointing at a dead man like some rap video, you know? So I do that. I'm like, "All you, bro. All you. It's always been you. This whole time. It's always been you." So he does 4 reps without much difficulty, and I'm thinking he doesn't need me. He just wanted someone to witness this. But then on the 5th rep, the wheels start to come off, right? His arms start shaking, and he's doing that move, right? I'm like, I know this move. That's the I'm about to shit my pants move. That's what that is. And he just barely gets this bar up, and I'm like, okay, bring it in, bring it in. I'll tell everyone you did 6. Just bring in the bar, okay? But he goes down for the 6th and final rep, and I'm like, oh my God, this is how it ends right here. This is how it ends. 6 is your unlucky number, pal. And so he goes down, and now he's yelling. He's yelling with all his might. I'm yelling because I'm scared. We're both yelling at this point. And this bar is barely moving, right? It's barely moving an inch. And so I start bending my knees, just out of instinct. I figure I'll sacrifice my knees for this guy, right? I'll hobble the rest of my life so he gets to eat out of a straw the rest of his. Right? And my knees are getting lower and lower. And I don't realize this until I look in the mirror, but I'm literally sitting on his forehead now. My shorts are covering his face. I can't even see his chin. His face has disappeared under my shorts. I know it's there because I can feel his breath on my testicles. And that must have been the motivation he needed, because suddenly that bar shot up like a rocket. He racks the bar, and he sits up looking confused and flushed, and I'm drenched in sweat. My workout is over. I'm done, and he's looking at me, and I'm looking at him like, am I fired here? Am I cut from the spotting? And then he just looks at me and goes, that was the first time I ever did 6 without any assistance. And in my head, I'm like, well, you had a little bit of assistance. Anyway, long story short, I've decided to start my own personal training. I'm calling it balls to the wall. That's what I'm calling it.